The Little Princess by Frances Hodgson Burnett. Sarah Crewe was born and raised in India by her father until the age of 7. When her father decided to start a new business venture involving the diamond mines, he had to find somewhere safe for her to go. He decided to place her in a boarding school in London. She was to be pampered and treated as a little princess according to his instructions. Although Sarah was given whatever she wanted, she remained unspoiled, friendly, and imaginative. She was friendly to all of the other students, as well as the servants. The other little girls loved to hear her tell stories to them. She shared everything she was given and tried to help the more unfortunate. Unbeknownst to her, Sarah was going to have to rely on those traits just to survive the coming trials and tribulations. During Sarah's 11th birthday party, she was given the awful news. Her father had taken ill and died, and his partner had gone missing. She was no longer going to have a fortune to cover her expenses. In order to pay for her room and board and the other expenses of the boarding school, as well as the fancy dresses and toys she was given, Sarah was required to become a scullery maid at the school. All of her pretty things were taken from her, and she was forced to live up in the attic with the other servants. She spent many days working hard and having very little to eat. She became friends with the other scullery maid named Becky, and they spent many days dreaming of a better life. They also played many different games in which they imagined they were in different parts of the world. She brought much joy to Becky's life and continued to do so even though she got punished sometimes for being too happy. One day, a man from India moved in next door. The man's servant took notice of Becky and Sarah while they were playing their imaginary games, and he told his boss. His boss took pity on them and began sending food and other furnishings to them to make them feel more comfortable, but he would not let them know who it was that was doing it for them. Eventually, the servant found time to speak to them, to Sarah, when his pet monkey ran into her room. Well, he realized that she spoke his native tongue. So the man went to his boss and talked to him about it. And apparently, his boss had been trying to find Captain Crew's daughter, Sarah, and he didn't know who she was. Well, by finding this girl who could speak Hindu, he realized this was the missing girl. So Sarah and Becky were moved into his home, and he took care of her as if she were his own child, buying her everything she could ever want. Sarah proved that she really was a little princess by making a deal with the baker that she would cover the expenses for however much food was given to the poor hungry children on the streets. She was gracious, imaginative, and kind throughout the whole ordeal.